Ash. I'm from the UK and I'm the audio director at Ginni Media. So Christmas is a very big one here, especially since we don't have Thanksgiving a month before like the US does. But for Christmas specifically, everyone will typically get together with their family. We'll all pile into someone's house however you can fit. People will be sitting on the floor, people will be sitting on camping chairs, in the garden, in the freezing cold, wherever you can get in. I came from a family that very much enjoys exchanging gifts, so there'll be a lot of presents in the morning. That'll be followed by a very big roast dinner, especially in my house again, with as many trimmings as you can fit in, the best gravy you've ever eaten, hundreds of roast potatoes, just the biggest dinner you'll ever cook all year long. And then because you spend the whole day eating and drinking, after you have dinner, everyone's usually knocked out and just wants to slob. So you might play some board games, like some families are very big on a Christmas Day walk just to try and burn off a few of the calories. Generally, we just slob out and spend the rest of the day regretting how much we've eaten. So my favourite holiday food, it goes without saying that would be my mum's roast dinner. The second I finish eating that, the countdown resets at another 365 days. I have to wait for my mum's Christmas dinner again. However, in terms of things that I eat throughout the holidays, definitely mince pies. I'm not sure if they're popular everywhere or just here in the UK, but they're just simple little pastry pies with what we call mincemeat in them, but it's not meat at all. It's raisins, sultanas, oranges, sugar and spices. Easy to make, really cheap to buy. They're not like a posh food by any means of the imagination, but they, for me, embody Christmas, and I eat hundreds of them every year, far too many of them every single year. They're especially good heated up with lots of brandy cream on them. A fun holiday tradition for me, and this is personal to me, is having loads of cheese and wine on Boxing Day. This is not a national tradition by any sense, but it's something that me and my friends have done for a few years. It started because many years ago we wanted to go out and have like a night out on Boxing Day to discover that people don't go out on Boxing Day. Everywhere was shut, all the bars were shut or closing early, so we got to town and found that we couldn't get a drink anyway and we had to find something else to do. So we stopped off at like an off-license shop on the way home, grabbed as many bottles of red wine as we could carry and some cheese, and then went back to our friend's flat where his partner was sleeping in one room, so we had to pile into like their guest bedroom. Again, people sat on, 4 of us on a bed, people on the floor, people on deck chairs again, and we just spent hours sat in this tiny little room eating cheese and wine, and it's become a tradition for us. As a national tradition that we do in the UK, a pretty weird one is pantomimes. I think they're pretty unique to the UK, and I could not describe one to you. All I can say is if you don't know what a pantomime is, Google it, see if you can find a recording of a pantomime, it'll change you. My favourite holiday memory is an old one. It's one of my earliest memories. In a house my family had a long time ago, my brother had bunk beds in his bedroom. I had my own room, but on Christmas Eve I would always sleep in his bunk beds. Don't know why, we just would. And my parents would always give us like one small gift. They'd put it in our room somewhere for us to find. I think it was just a way to keep us busy for like 20 minutes in the morning so my parents could try and get at least a little bit of sleep, because we'd be up at 5 a.m. desperate to run downstairs, rip open all of our presents. I didn't sleep most years, but one year I wasn't sleeping because I was too excited. And I heard someone come into the room and I rolled over to see who at the time was very clearly Santa Claus putting a wrapped present right next to my head on my pillow. And he obviously saw me looking at him and just looked me dead in the eye and went, shh, with his finger over his lips. Years later, it became very clear to me that was obviously my dad dressed up as Santa Claus. But for years, I was convinced that Santa was real. I was telling all my friends, no, I've seen him. And it's just one of my favourite memories, because the fact that my parents went to those lengths, like it was a full Santa Claus outfit, beard, hat, it was padded to make him look like a much bigger man. And yeah, the lengths that my parents went to make things like that exciting for me as probably a 5-year-old at the time it's not something I'll ever forget.
Need more holiday cheer in your podcasting? Tune in to All 12 Days as we get ready for Christmas.